You're back for more of Raised by Wolves here on BuzzJump. And after a thrilling first season, I am making season 2 predictions. I am Dan Salem, and wow. Thank goodness we're getting a second season of Raised by Wolves because it answered no questions and opened many large cans of worms with one literal worm-like snake dragon. Season 2 is going to be just as crazy, if not crazier. I know it. And I also know these many truths. We saw the atheist army arrive on Kepler 22b as the season came to a close. We saw Marcus kill several of the atheist scouts. We also saw a giant snake dragon go up into the air. That snake dragon is going to destroy the atheist mothership. Now I know what you're thinking. Mother is from the atheists. Therefore, she's sworn to protect the atheist army. But she really isn't sworn to protect those out to kill her offspring. The snake dragon is her offspring. The snake dragon is going to protect Mother because it's going to see the new threat. I don't believe the atheists are going to team with Mother and Father. No. They are the new enemy. There are a few stragglers of Saul's army, and then there's Sue with all the kids. Mother and Father are going to need rehabilitation after crashing to the ground from up in the sky after being in the center of the planet. And Marcus is a devotee of Saul, but really he's just out for himself and survival. It's very likely that the stragglers of Saul's army team with Sue and the kids to protect them because they need somebody to protect them. They don't want to go rejoin the atheist army, which just seems to be marching in and ready for battle. Especially if the snake dragon takes down the ship, then we're going to have a atheist army collective versus the inhabitants of the planet from Earth. Also, with the triangular approach of there are the creatures that live underground, and then there is the creature that spawned the snake creature. I believe the crux of the season, once the atheist army kind of gets taken down a notch, will be humans from Earth versus the inhabitants of this planet. Now, they've been teasing that all along, correct? We see the cave drawings, which are holographic and technological in nature. They have been leaving tidbits of information and the absorbed memories of the new inhabitants, the new Earth, former Earth humans. Just to be like, look, we're here. Look, we've been watching you. Look, maybe we can be friends. We don't have to fight. That being said, the humans are just stamping around like they own the place. Mother and Father, Mother is this massive weapon. And so that's scary for anybody. And then she got impregnated by the snake dragon, so now, she has to take care of one of their own, potentially, or that's an enemy of the other creature that tried to push her into the cave hole, because the creature knew that she was going to birth this unstoppable, destructive force. Ultimately, the new atheists are going to have to join with Saul's army to be humans. And the humans are going to have to survive on Kepler 22b versus the giant snake dragon, versus the creature that impregnated Mother to create that flying snake dragon in the first place, potentially versus the underground creatures that evolved from the Neanderthals. If we both came from the same source, it means we share a lot of commonality. Now, they were forced to live underground. We got to live on the top of Earth's surface. The planet, Kepler 22b, does not appear to be particularly habitable. Therefore, you'd think that everyone has to go underground, or they're going to help get those creatures out from underneath the ground. There's other things living under there that we don't know about yet. There's other energies at work. I told you that I believed the planet was speaking to Marcus and to Paul when they thought that Saul was speaking to them. If the planet can commune with the creatures upon it, and this planet being like, wait, you don't originate from here. You're a foreign species. Manipulate. Impregnate. Make you a commonality. This is going to play back because everything living there seems to be well in tune with the planet itself, and all of the new arrivals, including Mother and the kids, they don't belong. Just like Earth takes care of itself in the long term, it appears that Kepler 22b is taking care of itself in the near term. It is interacting with the new inhabitants, and the atheists are going to seriously have to call into question their disbelief of God because this planet is going to start speaking to them too. Or the inhabitants of the planet underground are using the planet. We still don't know what the giant pentagonal rock-like structure is. I told you I think it's an outpost, a beacon, and it really allows the planet and the inhabitants underground to communicate and use its energy into the magnetic field through the pentagonal rock structure to impact and interact with the planet at large. This is a large planet. We've only seen a little piece of it, and the piece we've seen is basically a desert or a barren forest. There's not a lot of life down there. I don't think it's ever rained. That's why things are underground. They have this pentagonal rock on the surface, and it allows them to see the changes to the surface, which include all of the new people arriving. Mother's memory, however, of a creature that was kind of human in a helmet being punished, that may not have been a memory. That may have been a look towards the future. Even though she saw the remnants of that happening, time does not have to work in the way we assume it to work. They don't know. So that could have been an atheist army put inside that box thing and then died and then recircled back in time. We do know that this show is going to get weirder, and it already is really, really weird. It's going to ask new questions, and it has already refused to answer any of the ones that are open. I am anticipating that Season 2 will just drop some things. If you remember the show Lost, Lost was great about asking these big, monolithic questions, and then kind of just moving on to something new. Raised by Wolves did a lot of that in Season 1. It asked a question, which spun into a new question, which spun into a new question, which spun into a new question. It never answered any of the questions along the way. Those questions were simply there to create a new question that was bigger and crazier and wilder. Lost did it. Lost never answered its questions. It just tied a bow on the show when it needed to wrap up. Raised by Wolves may do the same thing. That being said, some of these questions deserve and require answers for these people to survive. And I don't see them all dying. Mother and father are going to survive. Campion is going to survive. Paul is going to survive. Marcus and Sue, I'm not so sure. It seems like Marcus is the enemy, but we have a new enemy in the Atheists. We have a new enemy in the Giant Snake Dragon. We have new enemies underground that are old enemies. And therefore, we don't need Marcus as an enemy. Maybe Marcus will finally team up with Mother like I predicted from the beginning. I'm Dan Salem. Subscribe to the BuzzJump YouTube channel for more Raised by Wolves and other great science fiction television all year long. And comment below with your own wild, zany Season 2 predictions. It's coming. It's coming soon. Woo!